Did you guys see that Candace Owens is telling us that she has intel that there is going to be a 9/11 style attack the second week of December? Now, I wasn't believing this until I saw that there have actually been prophecies about this for years now. So I don't know. Have you heard anything about it? And do you believe it? Because Candace Owens is popping off right now. Ever since what happened to Charlie Kirk, I honestly do believe her intel and everything that she is sharing with the public. I think that she's the only one who is doing this, and she's doing it
just a couple days ago, stating there is a 9/11 style attack coming the second week of December, and she may be onto something. Now, I found a couple things, starting with this, an ex-user by the name of Tally Hall Album, who predicted Charlie Kirk's assassination. And I quote, "It'd be funny if someone like Charlie Kirk got shot on September 10th, laughing my ass off, and they posted that on September 3rd. How?" Then 10 days later, they tweet this, Donald Trump, December 14th, in which would be the second week of December. Now, if something were to happen to Donald Trump like this, it would be just as big as 9/11, if not even bigger. Now, it's also to note, I actually saw these tweets myself around that time. Then this account gets deactivated, and now it's reactivated, but now the tweets are gone. Now, Candace is echoing the same warnings as Sarah Adams, a former CIA officer, in which she's been on many podcasts and platforms now, stating that America is completely compromised and this is bound to happen. But it gets even weirder. Okay, you guys remember this psychic, Brandon Biggs, who predicted Donald Trump's assassination to a T? Yeah, he also predicts a major financial crash.
It'd be a great economy crash. I saw they had a great economy plan, a crash, worse than the Great Depression. And the Lord warned me about this.
Could it be that a 9/11 style event trigger a financial crash? Because that's not out of the question. And nothing's off the table at this point, because we've already seen an Afghan national shoot 2 National Guards, unaliving one who actually had history and worked with the CIA themselves. Did anybody have this on their bingo card yet?
Shalom. First thing first, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory that's due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who I learned this truth from. And salutation to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking your lives and freedoms to do so. All right, shalom to the rest of the elect as we all await the second exodus coming quickly by the hands of Lord Yahweh Shah. All right, this your brother Rakaga Bar, just reporting. All right, they speaking about a potential 9/11 attack. All right, the second week of December. All right, apparently Candace Owens.
Oh, listen, this.
Which she's a controlled opposition, but apparently she pretty much went out and predict that there's going to be a 9/11 style attack. All right, the second week of December. All right, which that's something we're gonna have to wait and see. All right, but nonetheless, we report on these things because we know that we're in them times, man. Okay, we're in those times, especially with the fact everything that's happening as far as, the wars, okay, with Venezuela, Ukraine and Russia and the oil, all right, and the financial collapse, all right, that's, imminent. We know we're in them times, man. Okay, and the Lord said that he would fill this place with men as with caterpillars, man. All right, we know there's all types of sleeper cells over here, okay, and like the dude mentioned in the video,
okay, you guys,
you had the Afghan national that shot at the National Guard troops.
I saw they had
and I believe that just took place.
Shoot 2.
Rewind it a little bit
At this point, because we've already seen an Afghan national shoot 2 National Guards, unaliving one who actually had history and worked with the CIA themselves.
You see that? So the grounds is pretty much set for sleeper cells and shit to start popping up and activating, man. Okay, and we know that Trump had initiated that quick response force. Okay, that quick response force in all 50 states. Okay, and on top of that, everything going on with ICE. All right, and the immigrants and everything with the border Hey, it's highly likely we see that, man. Now I'm not saying that on that date, December 19th or whatever. We know we don't really go off the dates or nothing like that, man. But we do know that we're in them times to where you can expect attacks and things like this to take place. Okay, because people always say, oh well, another day's come and nothing's gonna happen. Well, that's the feeling a lot of people have till shit actually do happen, man. All right, it's like the boy who cried wolf, because as the prophets, we got to keep harping and bringing these things out regardless, because we're called to watch, all right, the times and measure them diligently and report on it. All right, and it's essentially the boy who cried wolf. And, at the end of the day, that wolf is going to come and catch a lot of you people off guard, because you don't, you in your mind, you like, well, shit, nothing ever happens, man. And when shit do pop off, then a lot of people are going to be caught off guard. But let's grab this real quick. This is Ezekiel 12 and 21. It say, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Yeah, and that's the how people feel. It's like, oh, here we go, another one, another rumor, which, sometimes we're like, we get in the spirit of, because we supposed to hasten for the coming of the Lord. So when we hear shit, and it kind of dwindles down, that's, it's irritating. But at the end of the day, we know that it's, these plagues are like a woman in travail. So it increases, all right, and intensifies, man, until ultimately, that the baby got to be delivered. And that's the coming destruction to this place, man. So we scriptures say, be not ignorant of a matter, small nor great. And again, we don't, we not saying, oh, on December 19th, this is going to, no, man. But, all the signs and the red flags and the indicators point to more T attacks, all right, and shit like that happening on American soil, man. Just pay attention to the state of everything going on. All right. And I'm gonna grab that precept, but it say, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease. See, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand and the effect of every vision, man. All right, so yeah, the Lord is going to make the effect of these visions come to pass, man. And we've been warning you of T attacks and financial collapse and all hell breaking loose and chaos. The Lord's going to make an effect. He's going to make good on those words, man. All right, and you got other people that because the Lord said He'll pour out His Spirit on all flesh, and other people have visions, and whatnot of different things happening on American soil. We're not the only ones saying this, man. All right. And we know, again, it's only a matter of time before this shit go down, right? Hey, Lord's will, it happen next week, the second week of December. But again, we can only go based off of what, is presented. We have to wait and see with these things. But nonetheless, we report on it, all right, as form of warning our people. But yeah, you see clearly
style
here.
Attack.
Candace Owens said they have been signaling that a 9/11 style attack is coming the second week of December. Save this tweet. It will age well. Again, we can't stamp that or nothing, but we're just going to wait and see. Now, let's grab this in Jeremiah 51. In 1, it say, thus saith the Lord, behold, Salakia, I will raise up against Babylon, which is America, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about, which is all these nations, man, rising up against Babylon the Great. And then with that open border shit and everything going on with that, again, you've got all types of nationals, foreign nationals, flood into America, man. Sleeper cells waiting to activate. And they, like that national just took out one of the National Guard troops. I think he wounded the other. Hey, what else? What you think is next, man? They're not just gonna stop at that. They're gonna start blowing shit up. All right, and it's we're in that time, man. But let me skip down to the point. Verse 14, it says, Yahweh of hosts has sworn by himself saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. See, and that's going into these sleeper cells, these foreign troops that's over here, man, waiting for the cue, waiting for start setting shit off, man. And again, Trump, going to war with Venezuela and shit, the oil. All right, the dollar collapse is imminent. There's so many things playing out, man. It's, we gotta report and stay on our watchtower, paying attention, man. Because one day it may seem like things are going smooth. You people getting ready for your little holidays and shit. Next thing you know, shit start. You got a whole nother 9/11 type attack on this place, man. You see, so I'm gonna end it off with that. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab one more and we'll close it. Let's grab one more and then I'll close it. This is Ecclesiasticus 5:15. It say, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small." See, don't be ignorant, man. We report on it. We can't stamp a date. We can't tell you this or that. But you got whistleblowers, you got insiders, you have people that got a inside scoop on shit, and can bring shit out. You know what I'm saying? And we just report on these things because we have to give warning to the people, man. But with that, I'm gonna end it off. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, DTA Baba Ball, Shalom.